If you're watching this video and you're new to GPT for Sheets, I assume you have already watched that short playlist I linked to in the comments for the previous video, so you know at least the basics of GPT for Sheets, and you've installed GPT for Sheets and enabled it in a new Google Sheet. And that's an important thing to remember if you're new to GPT for Sheets. Every time you open a new Google Sheet, if you want to use the GPT for Sheets AI tools, you have to go up to Extensions, find GPT for Sheets and Docs, and enable GPT functions. You have to do this every time you open a new Google Sheets if you want to use GPT for Sheets and Docs. I wanted to take a moment and just go through the explanation that the agent gave me for this task I completed, or I had the agent complete, where I used it to figure out the monthly payment on a 30-year mortgage for a house I'm looking at based on 10 different interest rates. So the first thing it will do is tell you what it sees in your spreadsheet, and it determines your goal, and then it lays out a plan. And in this case, the plan involves using the formula for determining a monthly payment based on an interest rate, and it will show you the formula it's going to use, and then it will tell you what it did when it completed using the formula and completed the task. And remember, the only thing I wrote up at the top of this sidebar was fill column C. I didn't have to write any formulas. So one of the things that the GPT for Sheets agent does, it uses the headers on your columns as clues for what you want it to do. And the headers on my columns were price, interest rate, and then the column I wanted it to fill had a header that said monthly payment 30-year mortgage. So as we work through different uses for this agent, you'll see that it's important to use precise language in your column headers.